But anyways, let's see what people are saying. Kwejo Virtue says that your grassroots not get any position, but you are appointed by Omia in aid. Okay, interesting conversation. Alvin says, man of the moment, John Mahama, he's worth a statue after his return. No lie. Hey! It looks like people are choosing violence this morning. No, he's worth another statue.
The statue that
I know, right?
But when they do Mahama, they do Nanado Day too.
I know, right?
Hey, they couldn't even allow the thing to just day.
Anyway, the lighter bringer Kiko says, see how Farida they watch and admire in Poppy. That be how I want to make my daughter admire me.
I agree.
Okay.
I agree.
Interesting. Masaud says, whether or not you like the Mahama brand, there's one thing you can't deny about it. His charm and aura. He's naturally a likable guy. My wife wasn't smiling until she saw her dad happy.
You people are very annoying.
Krobo Masrai says, the girl at the back, Adma, please find her. Admin, find it. You don't know that's the president's daughter. And we scroll past. Ray Ankra says, see how I'm smiling. Okay. Yeah. Who noticed the girl started laughing? She found her dad singing word to word. But I'm not going to lie. Stoneboy is way better. Oh, come on. Come on. Can we ever stop that comparison?
No.
Psalm 8 says, I don't know how to put it, but there's so much peace in the air. It's quite refreshing. It was never like that back then. I know, right? Demigod says, add the name, the Smiling Mafia. Farida really adores her father. Yeah. Charlie Mahama, dear, after 4 years, no, then them do in statue for him. If them not do, we no go do for. Hey, what's this? Yeah. If them not do, we no go do for him.
Hey boy.
Oh, he's advocating for another statue for President Mahama. We understand.
For sure.
Country Boy says, Shatawale dear, no artist in Ghana can be compared to him.
Oh, what's that?
Shatawale, please come and watch something. Let's give him 12 years without elections to upgrade this country. Hey, the monarch.
The smile from Farida.
Okay, so it looks like it's, all smiles and giggles for President Mahama, and the fact that Farida Mahama was there to support him as well. Now, so he put out a statement saying that he was going to be there yesterday, and then, as it is written in the books of supremacy, so it ended at the Accra Sports Stadium. Thank you for the support. This coming in from Asante Kotoko, 2-1 victory. I like the Akofina.
No, but it's good. It's good. This is how we'll bring back the love to Ghana, the league in Ghana. Right. This is how we're going to bring it. This is the only way. If our presidents show up, if our people put in more effort to advertise. I saw before the game, I saw the Greater Accra Regional Minister. She put out the flyer. She's been updating her status with the game ever since. And so this is how we're going to bring back the love. And I don't see any other way around this. So please, let's just keep doing what we got to do to make I didn't know about. I didn't keep the date. I didn't keep the dates. I would have been there. You know me. I like to shop and stuff like this. But I couldn't. I couldn't keep up. Like life was just lifing. I didn't have time for some of these things. But I did, follow up the conversation on social media. It was really exciting. No. I think it's a build. This is the presidential cup, right?
Yes.
This was the presidential cup.
Yeah.
I don't know that. Sednam is going to break this down for us. Sednam is going to help us.
He's going to do
I cannot help you.
A good job with that.
I can't help you.
Interesting. But now let's
get
talk
into
about
our stories for this morning.
What's in the stories. And I was shocked I didn't see it here. But Agrada is trending. Why? Because her husband has gone to say certain things. That now she's Paul and Silas. She has been taken to prison to go and preach the gospel. Hallelujah, somebody. I just like how they are swinging the narrative.
But I think the bigger picture is how people, how we pay attention to social media conversations. Three things came up when the verdict came out, right? One that she said she was pregnant.
Yeah.
And then the
test
the judge said they should go and see. social media, yeah, and these bloggers, they're worrying us. Standard practice. When a woman is going to be pushed behind bars, some of these tests are run to make sure that if they need special care, or they could just go, And so I mean, and you also know that the most of the bloggers didn't go into the court to go in.
Yeah.
In fact, all of them. We only had court reporters in there. Another thing I heard was that she was given 5 years instead of the 15. And that she pled not... Like, see, a lot of things that came up on social media. And when you go and authenticate, you try to validate these stories, you realize that they're all lies. But these platforms, I think one day, one of these bloggers has to go inside small. So I will test
some of them have gone to taste small, but then they are back and they are still doing
I think that we should be diligent with what we're doing. It pays to be. It's very important that we do not continuously spin conversations just to make up for the clicks, for the clickbait. It just doesn't make sense to me. You already have the platform.
Right.
You already have the people. If you do a great job, you're going to
going to work.
I don't see why we do that. This issue is a very, very sensitive one. I can never sit here and say that I met her 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago.
Right.
2 weeks ago here in East Legon. And she was a very pleasant woman. I do not know the nitty-gritties of what might have... We've all seen videos of women saying that she swindled them and whatnot. But if the law thinks that this is what should happen to her, we wish all the very best. Yeah. But all these small talks, Charlie... well, let's get into the stories.
Let's get into our stories for this morning and start off on a gracious note. As the husband of the incarcerated leader and founder of the Heavenway Champion International Ministries, Angel Kwamena Isiama, has revealed that the sentencing of evangelist Patricia Isiedua, popularly known as Anagrada, is part of fulfilling the glory of God. Now, according to him, her faith is part of God's plan to spread the word to non-believers. Now, he made the statement during yesterday's church service. Take a listen.
It is part of the mission. Onyame asoma wo se ko ne go kana sem wo nsawama wo ni telephone e be frɛ ho da bi enye ko na obekɔ ho ehwa na obekɔ enye ho ehɔ na obekɔ cause Osofo, man of God. Yes. But yeah. Okay. It just a John copy the bonsuni yem. I will soon him. It just a what message be consume him. It's a better than Jonah a consume. Jonah soon mujade. It just a bonsuni mini Jonah. I want to sue him. Now we'll finish the go here. What the America say? Giddy. I go pay the crony. I go Kenya Miasem. I'm going to be boss and etimi abem. Etimi did let me say. I would that was said, and the day, and the penny song, and the acre said, your jailers of mommy 15 years, but when you're near this, and this was the Mfia Pem, and your many Sutako. How much more 15 years? A man in this seconds, and your message, and I was they call. But after this message, after this message,
So that was the husband of Nana Grada, where he said that, well, her sentencing, which is 15 years, is part of God's plan to propagate the gospel, probably in prison to non-believers. We'll keep our tabs on this particular conversation and bring you update. But now, let's turn our focus to health, as the Ghana AIDS Commission has issued a stark warning over the state of HIV/AIDS treatment in the country, revealing that more than half of people living with the virus are not receiving the life-saving antiretroviral therapy. Now, this troubling revelation was made during the official release of the 2024 national and sub-national HIV estimates and projections at a press conference here in Accra. Now, according to the Commission's data, only 334,721 people living with HIV/AIDS representing just 47% of HIV-positive population are currently on the antiretroviral therapy. Now, a staggering 52.6% remain untreated, a situation the Commission is describing as alarming and one that threatens to derail Ghana's ongoing efforts to control the epidemic. Now, the Commission is emphasizing the urgent need to scale up treatment access to prevent unnecessary deaths and further spread. Now, also in the details of the release, the 2024 report, the Bono East region, or the Bono region, was stated as one of the regions with the highest number of cases in the country. We'll keep our tabs on that particular conversation. But for more details as to the regional breakdown of HIV/AIDS in the country, visit mx24online.com. Away from that, the National Commission on Small Arms and Light Weapons has called for the urgent passage of a new firearms regulation to address the growing misuse of weapons across the country. The Commission maintains that the absence of a clear regulation and a weak legal framework has led to the unchecked use of dangerous firearms, especially during festivals. Now, this comes after a student of Bimbala Senior High School died after being struck by a stray bullet during the fire festival in Bimbala in the northern region. Now, the Commission is calling on the government to expedite efforts to ensure that the regulations that check firearms is passed. Let's turn our focus to politics, as the New Patriotic Party and the minority in Parliament will today, Monday, July 7, 2025, converge at the office of the Economic and Organized Crime Office, EOCO, to protest the continued detention of the former Chief Executive Officer of the National Food and Buffer Stock Company, Abdul Wahab Hanan. The party had accused EOCO of violating his human rights, insisting that the conditions of his bail have already been met, despite the EOCO not releasing him on bail. Now, the NPP National Youth Organizer Salam Mustafa criticized EOCO's handling of the matter, calling on the agency to seek justice through the courts rather than taking the former CEO in custody. As always, will be your eyes and ears as and when the minority, together with members of parliament, hit the road to EOCO office. We'll keep you updated on this particular conversation. So join us on all our platforms. It's MX24GH. Now let's do some more politics this morning and turn our focus to Ablekuma North, as the National Youth Organizer of the New Patriotic Party, Salam Mustafa, has criticized the Electoral Commission's decision to rerun the parliamentary elections in 19 polling stations within the Ablekuma North constituency. He announced that the party has filed an interlocutory injunction to restrain the Electoral Commission from proceeding with the rerun. The decision for a rerun announced by the Electoral Commission follows disputes over the authenticity of results from the December 7, 2024 general elections. However, the NPP described the EC's directive as unjust and insists on consensus and insists that no consensus was reached during the consultations with stakeholders. Salam Mustafa accused the EC of setting a dangerous precedent and is warning that the EC's move could undermine the confidence in Ghana's electoral system if unchecked. Well, interesting news coming in this morning, but we know that Ablekuma North will be having its rerun of the elections this week, Friday, 11th of July, 2025. We'll keep our tabs on that particular conversation and bring you development in a build-up to the July 11 rerun of Ablekuma North. Who among the two ladies, Irabna Obeng on the ticket of the National Democratic Congress, and Ekpe on the ticket of the New Patriotic Party, who among these ladies will represent the constituency that has, been vacant in Parliament over the past 6 months? Join us as we build up to the rerun in Ablekuma North. But that's all for the morning news on the AM Club. My name is Augustine Adam Kobe. For more news and updates, log on to mx24online.com or follow us on our social media pages as MX24GH on all platforms and MX24 News on Instagram. My name is Augustine Adam Kobe. Remember that the news review continues on the show with Mimi, where we get to discuss pertinent issues, particularly Ablekuma North. What's been happening? Well, join us as we have that conversation. Over to you, Mimi.
Thank you so much, Augustine. Hopefully you get to join us to have that conversation. So interested in it. Well, thank you so much for coming through with those stories. Moving straight to sports right after this.
Visit www.mx24online.com for news, exclusive behind-the-scenes videos, up-to-the-minute sports updates, and the latest broken pen stories now. Experience more of MX24 Online. Visit mx24online.com today. MX24, fun, fearless, and factual.
Welcome to Sports on the AM Club. My name is Sedinam Edmund, and Sports on the AM Club is held down by Betway. And this time, Betway is bringing you a special promotion for the month of July. It's all about the scratch and win as it comes back with a bigger bang. All you've got to do is each and every day, just log on to www.betway.com.gh, stake a bet, and you stand the opportunity of winning a part of that 9 million Ghana cedi prize pool, ranging from free flights and also some free spins and many more, including cash prizes as well, all up for grabs from right about now till the 31st of July 2025. So it's very simple. Just take a bet and then you get your own digital scratch card, scratch and match, and then you could be very, very lucky and win some cool cash. Remember, this is only available on betway.com.gh. Terms and conditions uniquely do apply. With Betway, you always are guaranteed to get way, way more. But remember to bet responsibly. Yeah, Mimi, good morning.
Good morning. How you doing, Sedino?
I'm good. How's yours? Yeah.
But that was quick. Why did they bury them so?
Okay, so let me give a little unfortunate explanation to that. So they were charred. So let's not stress it. That kind of thing. Yeah. I'm choosing my words very, very carefully this morning so that I don't overpaint a graphic picture. Yeah, so they were... I can't even show you the before of the car and the after of the car. So the car was actually what I was presuming on Friday. It was actually what we would call a lizard green Lamborghini Huracan.
Yeah. So, Augustine asked a very valid question, and since he's not here, I'm going to throw it to you.
I'm busy.
You heard it.
You ask again. Don't worry.
Okay. So why do we always have Asante Kotoko and Accra Hearts of Oak playing the Presidential Cup? Has that always been the case, and why?
No,
it has never been.
No,
it's
no,
not always been the case.
That has not always been.
Give us how you qualify to play the Presidential Cup.
You literally don't qualify to play in the President's Cup. You get invited, so it's an invitational cup. Gauka, who are the welfare body of the clubs in Ghana, select teams to play the Presidential Cup. Yeah, so, or the President's Cup. It's not always has Nkotoko.
Which other teams have played?
So, if my memory serves me right, let me pull up this file quickly. But last year, it was not Has and Kotoko. It was Kotoko and I think Asek Nimosa.
Okay.
So, it shifts and tilts.
Okay.
Yeah. Gauka are a special body. they decide what they want to do. Yeah. They came up with top 4. But since Hearts and Kotoko started fumbling and getting out of top 4, they expanded the top 4. Sometimes we have top 8. Yeah. So they did a special body, but it's not always Hearts and Kotoko. No. It's, for this, I feel it's more symbolic. This particular game is a bit more symbolic because of the kind of quote-unquote fresh energy they are trying to create around football. This is the first edition that this particular crop of Gauka executives are organizing. So definitely they would like to go for the biggest guns in the country. I don't know why.
Who's on the Gauka body? Who's on the Gauka body? Who are those on there? And how do you get there?
Okay, so Gauka recently voted for their president. That whole voting procedure happened right after the minister was, I think, vetted or proud to his vetting. It was around that time. Minister. Yeah, the sports minister and recreation. We are still waiting for the recreation part, but right around that, right around that part. And it's John Ansah, who is the current president
of Gauka.
Yeah, so, but you get to be Gauka boss. I think you're sponsored. No, it's the GFA that you get to be sponsored by clubs. But with this one, it is the welfare body that we all have. Majority of sports broadcasters and journalists have issues with Gauka. Yeah.
Even this new body, or the entire structure of Gauka.
Yeah, structure of Gauka.
All right, I think we'll get into that conversation one day.
Yeah, but which club do you support? Hearts or Kotoko?
Kotoko has.
Kotoko has. I'm not saying Kumasi, Accra, Kumasi. No, pick one. Pick one.
My father is Ashanti, so I support Kotoko. I live in Accra, so I support Accra to work, so... Anywho, let's get into football for the day.
All right, let's get...
Or sports for the day.
Yeah, let's get into sports for the day on the AM Club. And let's start off locally as Asante Kotoko came from behind in starring fashion to deceive and also beat. Yeah, they deceived them by giving them a goal first and then came back and actually beat them. That's their arch rivals, Accra Hearts of Oak, by 2-1 in a pulsating President's Cup held at the Accra Sports Stadium. In attendance was President of the Republic, John Dramani Mahama, and a host of other dignitaries. Now, there was a lot of interesting calls made by the referee of the day, Hearts of Oak, who had a goal ruled out for offside. And after that, we saw missiles being thrown onto the pitch. Missiles in the form of water. Yes, bottled water and sachet water being thrown onto the pitch. Now, at halftime, patrons were treated to some musical performances led by the man Shatta Wale, and you could literally see the president also singing along to one of Shatta Wale's hit songs that has the president's name in the Mahama paper. By the end of the day, it ended Kumasi Asante Kotoko 2, Accra Hearts of Oak 1. Attendance was super impressive. Now, Hearts of Oak will turn their attention to the Echo International Tournament in Nigeria, as Kotoko would be making the trip to South Africa to play in a glamorous Toyota Cup Championship, as I say, with Kaizer Chiefs. It's going to be excellent for them when they visit South Africa. More games lined up for them when they get to the southern part of Africa. Now, away from that, let's get into some sad news over the weekend as relatives and fans of the 28-year-old Liverpool footballer Diogo Jota have honored his life together with that of his brother over the weekend. The brothers died in a car crash in Spain earlier over the week on Thursday. Officials say they went off the road due to a blown-out tire as they were trying to overtake another vehicle. The news left the football world in despair, and they are yet to actually that was what happened over the weekend. However, people have been asking why certain players did not make the trip to bid farewell to their former friend or colleague with regards to football. Cristiano Ronaldo is one of such people who have come under the scotch for not going to the funeral. However, much later, pictures emerged of him going to the grave site of the two to actually pay his last respect. Reason for Cristiano Ronaldo staying away, according to sources, indicates that he did not want everything about the funeral to be about him, because we know Cristiano Ronaldo, he transcends the corners of football, and he is a global star. Going to such a funeral would mean that everybody's attention would literally be on him, and that he did not want. However, for a former colleague of his, that is Luis Diaz, he was partying with influencers in Colombia whilst his friend and colleague was being buried. Now, Liverpool fans are really giving him the stick on social media, trying to understand why he did not make the trip for the funeral. Will this cause him to be transferred out of the club because of what has happened? Would live to see, because he's being courted by the team, yes, Barcelona, to try and come over. So we'll see what happens as a result of this particular one. Let's finish it off with some news from Wimbledon as we are getting into the final stages. Yes, people are beginning to qualify for the quarterfinal. One of such is the defending champion Carlos Alcaraz, who made sure that he made light work of Andrei Rublev. Yes, the game ended 6-7, 6-3, 6-4, 6-4. As we would see Alex de Minaur come up against Novak Djokovic, who has now won 100 games playing at Wimbledon alone, and also would see Sinner play Dimitrov in the late game of the men's do I say pool? Yes. And for the female, one game we're looking up to seeing is Iga Swiatek featuring, and she would actually be coming up against Towson. We'll see what happens in that one. But at 4 p.m. today, it's the Black Queens versus Bayana inside the WAFCON. We'll see what happens with regards to the Queens. Are they ready to step up to the plate and win the new coveted trophy with improved cash prizes? We'll see at 4 p.m. And we're wishing the Black Queens all the very, very, very best. Yes, sports on the M Club was brought to you kind of sketchy. Betway, making sure that you are always on the winning side. This time, it's time for you to be part of the greater pool that share in that 9 million Ghana cedi prize pool package being offered by Betway. All you've got to do is just log on to www.betway.com.gh, take a bet now, and stand the opportunity of winning your share of that particular prize. Yes, you get to win some cash. You also get free flights, and it's running from now to the 31st of July 2025. This is always regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. With Betway, you constantly and always are guaranteed to get way more. We're back at 4 p.m. with a host of highlights from the realm of sports for you. But for now, we say adios, Memi.
So much, Suriname, for coming through with those sports stories and the education you gave earlier. We'll catch up with all the fun, the breaking news stories, sports and business insights on mx24online.com. It's now time for us to get into entertainment and showbiz right here on the AM Club. We'll be right back after this.
Visit www.mx24online.com for news, exclusive behind-the-scenes videos, up-to-the-minute sports updates, and the latest broken pen stories now. Experience more of MX24 Online. Visit mx24online.com today. MX24. Fun, fearless, and factual.
Happy Money Making Monday, everybody. I know it was a long weekend, so today you're feeling better. Some people are saying it was still 2 minutes. Mimi, do you agree? Yes. It was still 2 minutes. What do you want the government to do for you at this point?
Add Monday. The moment they add Monday like this, 2028 election, we've given it to them.
Madam, because people said weekend is short. They heard your cry. They added Friday.
Add Monday. The weekend starts from Monday,
Friday, Saturday,
Monday,
Sunday, Monday.
Hey, And her 2028 election,
nothing like we will do referendum.
Don't campaign.
It's referendum we'll do. Yes.
Oh, yes, wait.
Good morning.
Good morning, how you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
I'm just telling you that you're way better human being than I could ever be on Mondays because you make time to dress up and to show up. On Mondays, I'm sorry, but no.
Inspired by you, though.
Oh.
Don't worry, I'll come and tell. I'll tell you where I got the inspiration. When you dress and I'm looking at you, I'm printing what I have in my mind.
This girl, she makes
you afford the Prada. We afford things in our closet.
Moving on to the story.
Well, let's move on to a story. But yesterday was such an amazing and exciting one at the Ohinijan Sports Stadium. I saw what happened over there. We saw the president singing to his song, Mahama Paper. Yeah. And it was, our president, oh my God. He's so cute.
Oh my God. The first time we voted for him because he was young. This time I think we voted for him.
But I don't know. What happened to his gray hair then? Now it's no more gray.
It's not gray.
It's not, it's gray.
It's gray.
What was I seeing?
It is. I genuinely was just telling Augustine earlier that it's so cute. To see Farida look at the father the way she does. When you see the way they look at her father,
I know.
It's the cutest thing ever. Dear future husband, if my daughter is not looking at you like this,
you go your go.
My daughter has to look at you and be like, that's my hero.
Yeah.
That's my G. Yeah. That's my man. You know, that's my man. That's how our daughter has to be looking at this. So as you are planning to come and give me babies, be prepared to be the coolest dad in the world.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But yesterday we had one of the best performances from Shatawale, and it was at the Ohinijan Sports Stadium at the President's Cup Hearts versus Kotoko. It's good to see that the Ghanaian Hearts versus Kotoko spirit is still in us. Are you a Hearts or a Kotoko fan?
Hearts and Kotoko.
Are you a Hearts or Kotoko fan?
Kotoko.
Hearts, Kotoko. Both.
Yes.
I see. Well, I'm a Kotoko fan, so I've been a Kotoko fan since I was, a baby.
When we get to this thing, wow, I'm proud of you.
When we lose, then I'll be crying.
Ew.
Yes, but I'm over that. So, without much ado, let's take a look at Shatawale's performance in case you missed it. Let's take a look.
This is a beautiful country. Ghana is a lovely place. I know you guys are supporting Shatawale, but the same way I want you to support the government, because the government have good things for us. If I'm new in Ghana, this is the Ghana's most wanted artist and African dancehall king.
So that's what happened.
Will always be the smartest business person, business creative, business.
I know what you're talking about. Did you see that?
I saw it.
A way for him to just killing two birds with one stone. You
are watching the baddest, the biggest. Oh, who you know? Okay, you know okay. Biggest the dancehall artist Africa.
African king of dancehall.
But all of this, we love you, buddy. We love you. You know, we cannot help it. You make the entertainment industry entertaining.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's very true. That's very true.
Love that.
Well, we're moving on away from that, and we have Amare, who says that she says that she thinks that Afrobeat is now stuck. It's stagnant. Back in 2019, when Afrobeat started, she said she saw a lot of sounds from Afrobeat. And now everyone wants to do the same kind of sound because that is what everyone thinks that sells. You know, and I actually agree with her. And so let's get into it. I do. I do agree with it. Ghanaian American singer Amare believes that global momentum of Afrobeat has stalled and is stagnant due to artists' fixation on financial success and reluctance to experiment with new Afrobeat sounds. She praises Rema's album He Is as an example of genre-bending innovation that pushed the culture and Rema's career forward. Amare argues that Afrobeat needs to evolve and become fearless, encouraging artists to step out of their comfort zones and try new things to reignite excitement and interest in the genre. She feels has become stagnant since its peak in 2019, which is very, very true. Everyone is now doing sound. Do you know that when I'm listening to Afrobeat and they change another song, I'll still be thinking I'm listening to the same song before I start hearing a different lyrics and before my mind marinates into the my mind marinates into the song a bit before I'm like, because let's be real, let's be for real. We have the same, like different artists now sound alike. Give me instances where you listen to this sound and then you're like, hey, but this sounds the same as this. This sounds the same as this. You know, and we don't want to explore different types of Afrobeats, different sounds from Afrobeat. Afrobeats is not, that's not all. There are different types. And so, yes, I do agree with it. We need to, you know, expand and be broad so that the Afrobeats that the name we've gotten for ourselves, it doesn't die. It doesn't die. Do you know why American music or Western music is still very much relevant?
I don't know about relevance, but okay.
I still think it's very, very much relevant. Because in their R&B, you don't just hear, you hear different, like, right here with
what
me.
What did you just say? What is that? I think, and this is not me, as usual, disagreeing with you. It's just me saying that maybe we should open up our ears a little bit and open up ourselves a little bit. So, as a consumer, right? When a product is being sold to you, you're always looking at, oh, this is what I know. It has affected how we consume everything. Oh, we want to do brunch. Oh, this is how brunch is done. Nobody wants to, because aesthetically, you know, that's how we have appreciated brunch to look like. When we're talking about hair, oh, when you talk hair to a certain place, this is how it should look, right? And so that's, the eyes are seeing this so much, so they appreciate that one. Same as music, right? And now, like I said, it's in it, high life, new. It's one sound, and it's something in that sound that makes the song unique and gives us that genre. When we call reggae dancehall, if you don't put that reggae element in there, it's not reggae dancehall. You cannot do anything about it unless you want to call Afrobeat a diverse genre that has different things in it. So we should explore it all. And that one, it's not everybody that knows it. My point is,
it should be.
My point is, have we clearly defined what Afrobeat should sound like? If that definition has been made, do they know? When they're producing music, just like highlight, say, if a child of 5 years old who understands music walks into this room and you're playing in the playing Kwame Eugene's High Life song, yeah, and you play Amachi Dede's High Life song, and you play what do you call it? Deda KD's High Life song, he can tell that they are the same genre.
Yeah.
Because it's one sound. It's one sound. I don't know if I'm making sense. It's one sound. It's a sound that makes it the genre. Or genre. Whatever you guys want to call it. It's a sound. So if you're telling me that, oh, explore your reggae dance hall and your reggae high life, that's the blend of two different genres. And when you're doing that, it's no longer
before dance hall, because well,
we have reggae dance hall.
I know we have reggae dance hall. And you see the way it's all dance hall, but it's classifications like reggae dance hall, this dance hall, this dance hall.
So my sister, if you people are saying that the Afrobeat aunties should switch it up a little bit, you're no longer having that conversation of Afrobeat again. You're saying that they should mix other things to make it sound a certain type of way. That is my understanding, and for me, that alone is doable, right? It's doable, but let's appreciate also the sound that we're talking about.
Yeah,
it should sound when Nigerians took high life. Hey, life high. Hey, what was I going to say?
Fine, baby.
High life. When they took high life, we heard it in their song. Once they start playing, it was like they're playing high life. Yeah. Oh, they are stealing our sound. How did we know? Because we know the sound. Because the sound is supposed to be a certain type of way. So please, Amare should advocate for what she needs to advocate for, but also we should understand what the rules of engagement are. Yeah. And it's okay.
Yeah, that's true. Well, moving on to our last story. I think this is really, really big for Africa, but Beninese music icon Angelique Kidjo has made history by becoming the first African artist to be selected for a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. The 5-time Grammy winner was announced as part of Class of 2026 honorees alongside global entertainment figures like Miley Cyrus and Timothée Chalamet. Kidjo's impressive 4-decade music career spans Afrobeat, jazz, and traditional West African sounds, with notable collaborations with artists like Carlos Santana, Alicia Keys, and Burna Boy. Her selection recognizes her significant contribution to the entertainment industry and her role in reshaping how the world listens to African music. So congratulations to her. She's going to be on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
She deserves it.
She deserves it.
Another baby girl or another girl who loves music has something to look up to. Has something to be inspired
40
by.
good years in the African industry.
This is it.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I hope we made you start your week right here on the AM Club. My name is Stephanie Flashley. I'll come your way same time tomorrow. But until then, enjoy the rest of the show and go on our social media pages to catch up with more entertainment news. Don't be left out. Bye-bye.
That's right. Thank you so much, Daphne, for coming through with those entertainment stories. Always exciting to have you join me on this show. I enjoy it. I enjoy becoming back. Partners. Be coming back. Well, Telecel Cash says they have something exciting for you. Telecash, your Telecel Cash. What did I say Telecash for? Maybe that should be your new name. Telecel Cash. Your secure and convenient cash platform is still offering the lowest charges ever. Even better, sending money from Telecel Cash to Telecel Cash is still very free, okay? Now, on Telecel Cash, on the Telecel Play app, you get that for free. So whether you're paying school fees or sending cash to your favorite people, just send the keke. Send the keke, okay? Remember, you can make payments to all other networks anywhere cash transfer is accepted as a means of payment. So dial star 100 or 100, no, not that. Star 110 hash. Star 110 hash, or download the Telecel Play app today. Na send the keke star 110 hash. Download the Telecel Play app. Na send the keke. Telecel Cash, they say. Of course, they also have something even more exciting for us who use the internet more than make calls. Okay, exciting news from Telecel says that more data, same price. And we did talk about how the Ministry of Communication was doing something exciting for us. Well, Telecel has jumped on that one. They said that Telecel bundle allocation have been reviewed and now offer 10% more data at the same old price. In addition, your favorite 400 Ghana cedis data bundle allocation has increased from 190 GB to 250 GB and does not expire. This means you get to enjoy more data at no extra cost. Simply dial star 700 hash or star 530 hash. That's star 530 hash to access a variety of unbeatable data deals on Telecel. Don't miss out on these enhanced offers. Stay connected with Telecel today. Telecel connecting energies. As we always say, now it's time for us to get into our news review segment. I'm super excited, super fired up. Our guests are already ready for the conversation this morning. So do not move. Stay right here on this platform, MX24. We'll be right back.
Visit www.mx24online.com for news, exclusive behind-the-scenes videos, up-to-the-minute sports updates, and the latest broken pen stories now. Experience more of MX24 Online. Visit mx24online.com today. MX24. Fun, fearless, and factual.
The cashew processing company be a juma. In 2014, na company no e collapse. Nti company no collapse na say ye won twetwede obi epebo abi di nani akire na ye pe juma ye na media application na ni nyina na nkusi aga. Nti mi ana metara asedwen ho say ade nti a me kope adwuma wo bra metimi a create adwuma na masen ama afoforo nso adwuma. Me juices ahodo obi abi esanye local drinks so. But my main products pa ye cashew drink. Me dwen ho say yan bono ha. Cashew pa ne ye do wo ha. Na wo fa fruit no a nut ni tua so na fruit ni ye 80% na nut ni ye 20%. Emfaso a ye nya free so ye nut ne pe a ye 20%. Nti me dwen ho say 80% na aka na ye tugu no. Ye ntimi mfa nye bibi. Mami ye nhwehwemu kosua akwan a ye fa so ye cashew drink. A ma sha ase a me ye. Eye natural, ye mfa color ngum, ye mfa addictive ngum, preservative korabinim. Eba pineapple juice a me ye bi, mango juice me ye atadwe milk, me ye sobolo. Ni nyina no ye natural me ye a se me di flavor begumu a na ye lemongrass. Tiger nut milk nonso. Sugar me di begumu a ye date. Nipa bebre wo ho a woni asichi. Enti me drinks ya me ye wo ha de. Ni nyina ye natural. Me traini amanfo ebi wo ho a me ko traini omo. Ema omu tua me pa. Dodo na nso me ya me ye ni free. Ebi ya me ye ma asorefo. Bi nso wo ho a me community members a omu ani abre se omu pe bibi esua no. Metimi traini omo.
Enese kure mu bebre semina ne niam se ye nimu ye. Metimi di semina no before. Ema menso me mu ekosko a omu timi nya bibi ekodi. Ticket de ne ho mfaso okuro no oboabo ni packet de ewu ma ye se wo kire se wo ye we ya Then fancy seminar force no nkoyi a wo ye seminar beboa be so me mu na enya drink ubenya ne ubedi ticket de ye kasa ye ka no ho asema ade be kyen ha
me call master training program in Kashi. Ehọ na me konya nimdie kakra. Na directorate of crops nso omo be training wo nti na omo invite me na me ko bi. Na me ko sua ade wo. Ni nyina echi me wo mentor a omo wo ebi wo Senegal, bi nso wo Cote d'Ivoire. Bi gu so ameye no, bi bi chere ma dwen. Ni ti me frɛ omo bi sa omo. Say the nyame adom. Who obi ono so job hunting. Metimi boa no twe ne ben na ma kyerɛ no. Your friend me Kate Amwakwa Obo, the CEO of Kate Obo Ventures. Ghana Grows Hope Day.
Ghana Grows Hope Day.
Every day is packed with its own surprises. You never know which thrill is around the corner.
Feel good. Feel good.
Or how it will play out. There's a sense of excitement.
Did our plane just stop? Another cash out.
That adds a little magic to my everyday.
Feels like a party tonight.
Rent back with the beer open. Come on, come see what? Hey, where this guy? My friend, see before.
It's the Telecel Too Much Money promo. Win cash daily, weekly, and a grand prize of 1.2 million Ghana cedis. Just reload or buy a bundle with Telecel Cash to earn points and stand a chance to win big. Dial *500# or visit the Telecel Play app to opt in and start winning in the Telecel Too Much Money promo. Terms and conditions apply. This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform.
When is campaign? If you're a baby, many schedule no. If you know, meto etiaka. Inti ene, uno ba no mpe baby amobeda. Oh, no abeka. You did too much money. No matter.
Telecel, connecting energies.
Once upon a time, in the heart of Accra, a man in his fancy car sought directions. But the Ghanaian way.
Hello, bro. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Can you please show me where the Presby Church is?
Oh, sure. Go straight. 10 left at the big mango tree with the broken branches with most of the mangoes falling. Right after that tree, there is a watch cellar. If you reach, ask there. Anybody will show you.
When the Black Stars take to the field, every Ghanaian becomes a coach. Why Fatika want to be dribble? The coach must go. The sacred cue for our beloved Gobe. As you wait patiently, rehearsing the perfect vibe.
Have you acted? Mami Gobe no, the coco no. One Garino.
These, my dear ones, are some few moments that makes our Ghana truly special.
And as we share these stories, let us also remember a plate of lele rice, connecting our hearts through the flavors of our culture. Lele rice, ye nimno free tete. This advert is FDA approved.
Well, you're welcome back to the AM Club right here on MX24. My name is Miriam Uduak Mensah. Yes, we're getting into our big conversation for this morning, and that is getting into our political conversations. It's a heated morning. But before we do the talking or diving into those conversations, I want to recommend that you drink some water. Okay, drink water and take your seat and wait for us to get inside. And you can't just take any water, because right now we're protecting ourselves from COVID-19. We're protecting ourselves from all sorts of diseases. And so it's important to drink the best water on the market. And I'm recommending Jibu water. Stay refreshed. Has never been easier. Jibu water provides clean, healthy water you can trust as your go-to source for drinking and cooking. With options of our innovative 20-liter bottles that come with a tap and 18.9-liter bottles, your dispensers will have a breath of new life as our clean and hygienic Jibu water flows through them for your consumption. Now, whether you need a clean, cool drink to quench your thirst or fresh cooking water to make your meals taste its best, Jibu water is the answer to your clean water needs. Now, order for your clean water today by calling us on 02098-45817. That's 02098-45817. Or visit our website at www.jibuco.com/GH for more information about our brand, Jibu Water, a better life. Well, for our big conversation, we're discussing national and political conversations. Last week, it was National Day for Prayer and Thanksgiving. I don't know why the team didn't bring that out for us to review. Someone said that one should nose mask because discovered that NDC is being reckless. I said, people, it's not like that. But anyway, some people came to their own event late. And so the NDC people are in the studio. I'm here to bash them. But before we bash anybody, I want to say welcome to my guests. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning. Good morning, me.
You guys are looking very nice. Hey. I'm a bit surprised that some people are looking this fresh because they're supposed to be busy fixing their parties. You know, I want to shake my MPP
Power
guys.
is sweet.
Power is sweet.
They're enjoying, and they have come into terms with the fact that we all need to be with NDC so that it will be better. Because if NDC will be in power and you look this good, I think it's the best thing that should happen to anybody.
Well, let's get into this one. Is very important. We've gone over it and over it again on this platform. We're waiting that we do not have a repetition of something that happened 4 years ago, and that is a constituency that couldn't get a representation in Parliament. So we're praying that this wasn't going to be the case. It looks like we're coming to some, sort of a conclusion or some sort of a result to the ask of so many Ghanaians, and that is the Ablekuma North seat. But now, instead of running an election for 32, I believe, polling stations, is it 32 or 37? 32, eh?
They are saying 19.
No, 30. So the original number is 32.
Okay.
But we're doing 19 now.
Yeah.
Because they say the EC says that they have been able to collate for the remaining polling stations. Okay. So we're doing 19 now, but that has also raised concerns because some MPP people are saying that we're not agreeing to that. Also, we're also hearing that Ekpe Free is saying she's not going to represent. She's not going to be taking part in that re-election. But 90 police stations rerun. Is it a fair solution, as we are all asking for some sort of a representation in Parliament? It is not fair for a constituency. Constitutionally, it's not right. And so we need a representation. But then with the result or the solution EC has presented, is this like some sort of a fair resolution, or we still are going to contend? I'm going to start with you. My gentleman from the NDC. Hey, today I'm forgetting your name. Hey,
Philip.
Forgive me, Philip.
Yeah, you can. It's fine.
I can't forget your name.
It's good. If you remember NDC, that's more important to let the people know that NDC is here. Anyway, good morning once again. I would like to use this opportunity to say a very beautiful morning to the good people of Ghana, and then, of course, our one and only first gentleman and the nation builder, President John Dramani Mahama. and then he's. Why
are you smiling?
No, I'm happy mentioning my president's name. You and I are our president.
Yes, of course. We're all getting into our president.
Yeah. A president that all of us are happy about. A president that when he stands, when you see him coming, you are proud of having such a man, a caliber of a person as your president. I mean, there's no better person that we could use for that than him. And of course, my dear mother, Auntie Joyce Bawa Mokhtari, of course, the CEO for the Ghana Digital Centers, Jifa Gudu, who is my brother and the boss. And then my boss himself, Honorable Bernard Ahiafo, the first Deputy Speaker of Parliament, and the good people of Akachi South. I was in the constituency over the weekend, and then the people things are getting better, things are settling in. So, you know, the NDC as a party, we believe in democracy, we believe more in governments of representation. We believe that things that are supposed to be done must be done well. Ablekuma North has been a constituency that the MPP has quite dominated a couple of times, and then they mentioned they can stand somewhere and say, or they've been going around saying that it is their safe seat, and then they will win it any day, any time. But unlike the MPP, that will feel that NDC wins a constituency, or SAO would be a constituency that NDC has an automatic powers, or maybe probably would win, they would deny them representation and frustrate the whole system to make sure that people who are constituents who voted for a president will not vote for representation and things, and there's no budgetary allocations that are meant to them. NDC believes that everybody or every party deserves that representation, or every constituent of Ghana deserves that representation. We could have also said that maybe probably Ablekuma North is an MPP constituency, so let's leave it. No, but we believe that representation must go wherever it is supposed to go, regardless of party affiliations. And we believe that NDC, with the tangent of the President John Dramani Mahama and what he is doing and how things are going for the NDC, the people of Ablekuma North have the option to be part of governance, to be part of development, to support the goal, to make sure that MPP as a party is totally collapsed. So they would give the nod to the NDC, make sure that the NDC retains their seats, and this one, it's not a myth. I mean, you are voting for, you are going for an election, and you have your president as an NDC, you have NDC majority in parliament, and your candidate or your MP stands the chance of becoming a minister or deputy minister, or being a board member, or being a committee member who would actually lobby for you, and you see all these avenues that would make your constituency popular, and you want to give it to an opposition which would just be stagnant and even among themselves fighting day in, day out. I'm not sure the people of Ablekuma would want to make such a mistake, which would be very indelible on them. So we believe that if the EC realize that what they have done, and it's good that the MPP is now singing the tune of the NDC, when we keep telling them that, see, the EC is bad at what they are doing. Now they have joined the bus, they are singing maybe now more louder than us, to make sure that we sanitize the system. It is not always, there are some institutions that we shouldn't play politics as usual with. Talk about the EC, talk about the national security and some of these things. These are structures of democracy. These are things that hold our country together. So we don't need to play politics with some of these things. The right thing must be done. You don't need to necessarily give an easy position to your cousin or your in-law to make you retain power or anything. We should make sure that the right thing is done. And NDC, John Dramani Mahama led NDC, we are making sure that everything is strategically done to the best interest of the people of Ghana.
Now, the big question, thank you very much for that brilliant submission, but those other 13 polling stations that the EC is claiming they have legit pink sheets and collation to, how do they come by those numbers? Exactly. Is a question people are asking. If you have accurate numbers to that, how then don't you have for the rest?
Exactly.
And so what is all this I'm going to be organizing for 19 for, when we do not even trust whether you have your complete 13 well correlated numbers for the 13 polling stations that are left. And we're thinking about it, how the two issues don't marry.
Exactly.
How can we trust that this is going to work? Okay. So why don't you just do the 32 or do nothing? is the questions people are asking. Please make a submission.
All right, so good morning, Mimi, and good morning to my
Nanabi.
brother, Philip here. And good morning to the rank and file of the New Patriotic Party, especially my direct bosses, the soon-to-be lawyer George Sapon and the lawyer Kwesi Kwarteng Frempong, and by extension, our soon-to-be flag bearer, the Honorable Kennedy Akompre in Japan. I'm fully connected.
But before you get into that, you people, this was a concern we raised last week, but we're out of Monday, so we couldn't have the conversation. The way people are declaring their position, I think Jesse was here. Jesse also said he's with Kennedy Japan.
Yeah, sure.
So I'm asking you people, is that not very? Is it not going to have a like the is it not going to bother the party? I'm looking for a more calmer word.
These guys pretended to be supporting Baumia. Just 6 months down the lane, they have ditched him. It's not a fault of theirs. Even William Akufo-Addo ditched Baumia.
Even the NDC, the NPP,
Nana Akufo-Addo also ditched Baumia, so they can also do the same.
The country is a democratic state.
Yes.
And one thing I would say on any day, Dr. Baumia has been arguably the most effective vice president in the history of this country.
They make him the president.
Dr. Baumia stands, that's a conversation for another day. Today I'm not talking about Dr. Baumia and Ken. Dr. Baumia is a fine gentleman.
Yeah.
Honorable Kennedy Ohene Japan is a fine gentleman. Dr. Brian Champon is a fine gentleman. Dr. Yawase Duchum, one of the best education ministers we've had in this country. Is the point is that all these people are in very good positions to lead our party. But it's about who I subscribe to as an individual. In the end, whoever wins will come on board and
as
support
a political party.
As a political party. Just
I just fear the.
Oh no, it's normal. Some of these internal party coalitions
no, Philip, you're not going to talk. I
think we can move into the conversation because I think I'm sure with time we'll have time to discuss.
Yes, we will discuss that.
So Ablikuma North Reran, I agree with Philip when he says representation is important. That is democracy. We need to represent. But you see, the very reason we have laws, we have rules, is to guide our everyday activities and everyday decisions. In as much as there must be representation, it must be done on a principled, fair, and transparent manner. At the point where these principles are breached and one party feels cheated, then you don't call that absolute representation. Why am I saying this? The stance of the EC today is very disingenuous, is very dishonest, very inconsistent, and is very unlawful. And I'm going to prove that to you, okay? You see, what I'm just going to do is, I'm just going to run a couple of timeline analysis for you. This is not about being an MPP member. This is not about being an NDC member. This is about being a Ghanaian, watching and looking at these facts and asking yourself, why are we where we are today? After the 2024 election, Dr. Baumia, in less than 15 hours considered to the election, we also on social media activate body cameras, 5,000 men, 3,000 men, captured by City News, the NDC, led by the youth organizer in Ablekuma North, burned down a whole school building that contained ballot boxes. There is evidence there. This is clear. It's public knowledge. You see, these were the sort of issues we had to face post-2024 election. Coming down, in Accra, for instance, we had Tema Central, Ablekuma North, Patrick Boame's constituency, and one other constituency that had issues. On 4th January 2025, the MPP filed a mandamus application at the High Court in order to make the EC collate the results of the remaining constituencies. On 5th January, we started collation. That was when Honorable Patrick Baumer was declared, Tema Central was declared, and one other constituency. Mimi, let us please take note of this timeline analysis, okay? As at 5th January, we had 37 polling stations that had not been collated. On 5th January 2025, on public TV, 17 were collated in the presence of all agents of both political parties. There is video footage where we had the presiding officers or the presiding members of the EC who are the returning officers present. On 6th January, 13 were collated. On 8th January, 4 were collated. Cumulatively, out of the 34 that had not been collated, out of the 37, 34 had been collated as at 8th January 2025. That leaves you with just 3 polling stations to be collated. That aside, like I said, all these were in the presence of political parties, of the EC themselves, their presiding officers and all that. To further confirm this, EC confirmed in their media releases, in their press releases, official statements that Ablekuma North is left with only 3 polling stations for us to finish the coalition. See, even if all that I'm saying, you think it's false, on 19th June 2025, just last month, the EC, led by their deputy commissioner, Dr. Bosman Asare, went before Parliament and he was interrogated on the way forward on the Ablekuma North constituency elections. Dr. Bosman stated that there were just 3 polling stations left. Parliament is a house of records. Dr. Bosman, by saying that just 3 were left, means that the remaining polling stations had been fully confirmed and gazetted. So in this instance, the deputy commissioner couldn't have confirmed the polling station to Parliament, a house of record, the legislative arm of the government, when he didn't know that it had been fully confirmed. Mind you, when he said this, NDC MPs were in Parliament, MPP MPs were in Parliament. It's not like he was reading to one side of the house. This was on 19 June, and we cannot confirm. He said 3 polling stations were left. They even went further to interrogate him that, Dr. Bosman, do you think that there is any event of a rerun? Dr. Bosman ruled out the possibility of a rerun and said, but it's just 3 polling stations left. When we get the needed security, we can collate it, and whoever is winning Ablekuma North will be declared. It is also public knowledge, and I'm stating on record, Honorable Irabana from the NDC, Honorable Akosia Efriye from the NPP, both to know that as it stands, sorry, thank you, Ekpe, with the 3 polling stations left, or out of the 200 and something polling stations collated, Honorable Ekpe is leading.
I see.
So you get the point. So if there are just 3 polling stations left, why is it that today Irabana and the NDC wants to make a U-turn? But you see, this is where the suspicion is. Few weeks ago, we had a chairman of the NDC making comments like he feels the EC and their deputies should be sacked. I hope you heard that. Johnson General Mosquito said that. When you look at these comments that were passed, it is suggestive that it's as though the EC is trying to protect its job because of the current government. No, it's an extension of logic, but it's suggestive. Again, we were in this country when, after we got the Mandamus application and there was a change of power, we needed just security for 3 polling stations in order to finish the remaining, in order to finish the coalition for the 3 polling stations. The IGP then, George Rampari, didn't provide it. The IGP now has not provided it. Today, you are saying that you want to run 19 polling stations, rerun, but that one you have the security to run it. But 3 polling stations, the IGP couldn't provide security. So it's more like, because the NDC is in power today, they want to use every available means to skew the vote and the will of the people of Ablekuma North. But you see, even wrapping up, it's highly illegal. And my brother here knows it. In this country, there are 2 laws that governs the EC. We have the Representation of the People Law, PNDC Law 284. We have the Public Elections Regulations, that is CI 127. None of these laws state anywhere that when there is a dispute after an election, the EC decides on the way forward. It is only a court of competent jurisdiction that can rule that, see, EC, go and collate the 3 remaining polling stations, or better still, have a rerun in the 3 remaining polling stations. What the MPP is saying is simple. And the reason we filed the interlocutory injunction is, even if there must be rerun, it must be in the 3 polling stations and not 19 polling stations like the EC wants us to believe today. And then the EC would push for the rerun because of 2 reasons. One, as at the total collated, as I'm speaking to you, Honorable Ekpe is leading. Secondly, because of the snowball effect, they like Philip rightly said, they are in power. It's about just sending a message that, oh, we are in power. Even when you vote for Honorable Ekpe, she won't have the lobbying power Irabana will have. It's just because of the snowball effect. Oh, vote for her. Oh, we'll give her a board chair. We'll give her this, just to buy the people, just to buy the conscience of the people, which is not right. The people have decided Honorable Ekpe is a rightful owner of the seat. If you think that you don't have the documents of the remaining police stations and there must be a rerun, it must be in the 3. Where from this 19?
Right. So, but then there's also the bit where people are asking that, listen, whether or not we do for 3 or 19, we're thinking of just the core reason for this entire thing, a representation in Parliament. So whether or not we want to run for the 3 or 19, let's just get a rerun and get this over and done with. You will not agree.
It's unfair.
It's unfair.
Just a minute. But you see, the sharp contrast in the submissions of my brother is very alarming. You see, when you sit here and say that the deputy EC chair mentioned that only 3 recollations need to be done.
In Parliament.
He said that. Now you are saying that even if that be the case, if we should have a rerun, it should just be in those 3.
Yes.
The deputy EC said so, and that there is nothing that should be done. And you are now here turning facts.
He's not the one saying it, but he said that we don't need a rerun.
Now let my brother know that according to the LI for the, and the Constitution and any other thing that you are saying, the returning officer for constituency elections, the returning officer is not the deputy EC. He doesn't have power at the constituency level to determine that. And you sit here and say that it's because Asiedu Nketia mentioned that the EC should be overhauled. It is not. It doesn't lie in the mouth of Asiedu Nketia for a person holding a constitutional office to be sacked. When you go into law, there are several cases that the law even established that. I think when you look at Boakye versus HCNC, the law says that if there is a procedure that's provided under the law for a right to be exercised, it is only that procedure that must be followed. If the ECU people realize that he's at fault, she's not doing what's supposed to be done, and she needs to be removed, it does not lie in the mouth of Asiedu Nketia, our venerable chairman. The processes will be followed. If there is a reason for her removal, that is fine. But you don't, even if you get to that point where she needs to be removed, it is not because Asiedu Nketia said it. It is because she must be sacked.
It's an agenda you've been cooking.
And you know this, and now you are also crying foul for the EC. When the EC was recalculating 2020, when they calculated and gave us about 20 or more than 15 times that they gave us election results, you didn't call for the woman to be put in shape. 2020 elections, how many times did they calculate the elections? How many times did they put it out? You know all these things, but you need to think that it is an NDC and NPP issue. We are not like you. We will give the people of our block mothers the representation that they need.
How do you go around 19?
If you have a problem, go to court.
In my opinion,
go to court.
Gentlemen,
go to court.
It's clear. It's just because you have the power today.
You're a student of the law.
Go to court.
No, not yet. Very soon.
Very soon.
My brother, go to court.
Between you and I as young people, I think that for everything to look as though it's fairly done, a rerun should not be a problem for everyone.
It shouldn't be a problem.
See,
come on.
Okay, so what did we ask for the 32?
Now you are asking that. These guys are saying that we should work with their scanned copy of a pink sheet. Who does that?
The officer is not the deputy commissioner. The deputy commissioner of the EC. All these returning officers report to them. So
yes.
But when you look at their position, yes, you don't have the power to call them to order.
Campaigned, and counting has been done, collation has been done. And you are leading, and it's like with 3. And then we make a U-turn and say, we are going to rerun 20.
But what is wrong if you know that you are winning the election? Just go back and get the votes.
Do you think that these people behavior can change?
No, but you can say it. But if you have a staunch MPP people in these areas, they will still vote for you.
Whatever we are doing today is a precedent for tomorrow.
I agree. Of course.
We one day run for member of parliament.
How?
And because MPP is in power, they say, let us go and rerun the election. When clearly you have paid
polling agents. Is that where the core of the issue is that we need
representation.
We need representation.
Yes, of course.
We need accountability. We need it fairly done.
Transparency and the law must work.
If we are both against, we also know that
even if I get the opportunity that the whole constituency should be rerun,
from some judge that they have their own collated pink sheets from the polling stations. So if everyone is presenting their own
but what makes you think that you lose the seat now? What makes you think you lose the seat if you were winning 6 months ago?
Yes.
The MPP agent signs.
Oh,
the
no.
NDC agent signs.
It's not true.
Then the returning officer
is not true.
They all bear witness, don't leave him. The point is that every party has scanned copies of it.
Yes.
When you bring it and it's fake, we know it's fake.
Okay.
Like other constituencies.
But
so the point is that if the deputy commissioner...
It's not about being fake. That's what I'm saying.
So we are running a country where futuristically we can say that the deputy EC can go to parliament and say something, and in less than a month later make a U-turn like that.
That is the incompetent person Akufo-Addo appointed. That's the incompetent person the FPP appointed. That is the problem Asiedu Nketia is mentioning about the EC.
There must be a rerun.
Oh, come on.
That's
what you're asking.
What is even the basis for the 19?
You said 3 and you said 19.
We don't even have a point.
The base of the 19 is the fact that there are some ballot, their pink sheets that are scanned, and the EC itself do not have copies of that pink sheet. It is only MPP moving about MPP moving about with a scanned copy that they have.
So
these are the incompetent
people.
Did
the MPP go to parliament? Did MPP go to parliament? You see, people keep contradicting yourself. Was it JFK who went to parliament and said we have only 3 hours?
No, but these are
the deputy commissioner of the EC.
You are saying that you are saying that he stopped that. At one length, you are saying that. At one length, you said that the EC is incompetent, and at one point you are hailing them for being in parliament. What are you talking about here? No. He said that the EC is not having a confirmed stance. They say this today, tomorrow they say that. That is incompetent.
My joy is that we are going to come to some sort of a conclusion. I just hope that it's fair enough for everybody to be happy.
We are going to court. So if they still want to run the election, they should run. But when power changes hands, they shouldn't cry foul.
Okay, I hear you.
And as a young man, I think that is not the way to want to have a party. This is not the kind of country we are building. And if we are building a country with this, if this is the mindset, this is the mindset young MPP people have in this country.
When this country, Mama says so many things about it.
We are doomed.
He said, grow 24, make 24, build 24, show 24, connect 24, fund 24, aspire 24, and go 24. Then he breaks it down to say that grow 24 is about this focuses on transforming the agricultural sector through technology-driven, climate-smart practices that allow for round-the-clock production and value addition. It aims to ensure food security and reduce post-harvest losses. We're going to touch them three, right? So that is the Grow 24. The Make 24, under this pillar, the NDC government will prioritize industrialization and manufacturing promoting 24 operations in factories and processing zones to increase output and exports, and of course employment as well. Then the third one is Build 24. This involves boosting construction and infrastructure development with support for continuous building schedules on public and private projects and decent housing in the country. So we're touching on Grow, Make, and Build 24. I'm going to have you start with you. These are supposed to be futuristic ideas for I'm borrowing your word futuristic. For the 24-hour economy, what do you think of?
Okay, I think the launch has already been done.
Yes.
And I'm hearing some estimated $4 billion or something. I read something like that. I don't know. I didn't follow the event.
I don't have figures.
I saw. That's what I'm saying. I read it.
You won't follow
but I don't know how.
Say lies.
I've already issued a disclaimer to that.
Then don't talk about it. You don't know about it.
If you are spending $4 billion on 24 economy, what's the problem?
If you have not followed the program, don't talk about it.
What are the figures you're looking at?
That's the figures. That's what they mentioned. But now you are here issuing the disclaimer.
So what's your problem?
No, you can hear that. But if you know very sure that you are not on top of the issue, don't come and say lies.
So you don't
say whatever you say.
It means the figure I quoted is correct. No, the reason I said that was because I didn't read it from maybe Joy News or some accredited source. That is why I'm saying I haven't confirmed it. No, the figure is even correct. I'm not even going to engage the figure you want to be so defensive.
Go ahead and make your point.
So I think the whole point with this country is that it's not about the ideas. It always boils down to the implementation. 24-hour economy, I've read it. I read an article by Joy News. I've listened to some submissions on it. It's good. As opposition, it's just to make sure that the government is keeping true to its promises, like we've always said. I believe it's a good thing. However, we just need to focus on the implementation so it doesn't become another political flagging word, like we've had in times past. And I think I saw something of concern that was around the fund. Was it something about Fund Me 24, talking about banks, microfinances, the Fund 24, talking about the banks, microfinances and all that. I think, especially with that, we need to look at the security aspects of it. And I believe that the framers of the policy document for the 24-hour economy, at least they've had since January, Kusitando and the rest. So I'm sure all these things have been factored. So personally, this is just a suggestion I'm making, that especially when it comes to matters of security, we need to pay very critical attention to it. And also when it comes to, because it's more like a private sector empowerment program. When you look at the program very well, it shouldn't be drawn on partisan lines.
No.
The bidding shouldn't be about who is close to government, who can get it. Genuinely, there are businesses that are springing up. There are businesses that are doing well, that you can empower them to increase production, which in turn would affect employment and overall productivity of the country. I believe that is where the focus should be. So my suggestions would be that beefing up security, and then again, focusing on fair distribution to all, so that it wouldn't be on partisan lines and all that. You see, the lunch has just been done, and I mean, at this time, you can't come criticizing and all that. It's about giving the program some time. We are in July. We have about 6 more months to end the year. I'm sure by the end of the year, we would have a review analysis on the 24-hour economy, the output we are getting so far, because this is taxpayers' money we are talking about, the efficiency of it, the unemployment rate today, by end of year or by 2026, what would have been the resultant bearing of the 24-hour economy on employment, what would have been the bearing on productivity, what would have been the bearing on growth and all that. I believe that is where the focus would be and all that. But generally, I personally don't have a problem with it. It's for the good of Ghana. Anything that contributes to the growth of this country is good. President Mahama, please, let's focus on the implementation.
But when you said where you said, do you think that they're doable after going through the document? If close attention is being paid to it, if funds are made ready, is it doable?
Oh yeah, practically, because I think the reason some companies, for instance, cannot go 24 and beyond is because of production cost. So if government is bringing in subsidies for electricity, subsidies for security and all that, it means that essentially you can then do more, but at a lower cost. Because if production is exceeding your profit, you won't extend production hours. But if someone is helping lessen the burden of production, then you can recruit more, because the unemployment rate is alarming. And when you look at the World Bank report, especially the estimation by 2030, the sort of unemployment rate is too much. Today, as we speak, out of every 10 graduates that complete every year, government is able to employ only 2. Out of every 10 fresh graduates. Look at the number of students who complete school across Ghana. The public sector is choked. That's what I'm saying. It shouldn't be a political tool. You get it? It shouldn't be that those that can get funding and access are strongly affiliated. It should be a general Ghanaian thing. When it gives the productivity, when it brings the benefits, we all stand to enjoy it, about the progress of this country.
And I think some of them indirectly, every Ghanaian, or directly, every Ghanaian benefits from just by being in Ghana. And so I just think that, I'm just adding to what you said. Yeah. I mean, if infrastructure is beefed up, we all get to enjoy whether
I saw that. Roads. Yeah, I saw
Build
that.
Ghana, I believe.
I don't know if probably they are incorporating the big push into it. I don't know. But if
they'll get to explain to us, please, sir. Over to you, Philip. Looking at me like Philip is just a troublemaker.
The good thing here is that he's agreed to the fact that it's a good initiative, and then calling government not to run this as just one of those policies, which would just be a sloganeering policy or something that government will not be committed to, or would be reduced to family and friends business, just like we saw in the one district, one factory.
That's not true.
This thing. That's what he's saying. They said that's in time past.
You actually don't have to do that.
So
I'm
speaking to the 24-hour economy that this 24
throw shades. Can you do that?
Can we just oppose the two scenarios and see the best out of it?
Doesn't matter.
No, but if I say you are beautiful, I need to compare you with someone to say that you are beautiful more than someone.
No, but you don't even have to do that.
No, you see, he's even mentioning Casapreco. You see, the Casapreco is mentioning, that should tell you that there were companies, there are industries that were doing well already before they just incorporated them to take money on their head. That, Casapreco is there to do something. See, when you, for corporate integrity or for company, for respect for corporate entities, I will not go mentioning company names that they use to shadow, or they use their shadow names to take money from the government. And be rest assured, as you want, it is not one of those things that you guys did in the past. This is a policy that has been well calculated by government, and government is playing a very key role, a role that would not be as what you guys did. Government is an enabler. Government is enabling that, it's creating an enabling environment to make sure that these things are done. It is not government that is coming to absorb these people. The private sector will be a key player in this. And you see, the good thing is that he mentioned security for this Fund 24 thing. President John Dramani Mahama, time and over again, says that, and there will be more people to be recruited. The 5K men and the 3K men that you mentioned, a lot of them would be, many of the Ghanaians will be recruited into the police service and the security services to make sure that they give that level of security. Government is enabling in the sense that, you see, we import a lot in this country. The 24-hour economy is basically a system or a policy that is, and then I learned that there are conversations to make it a statutory something, to get the laws to back it, so that we will one day not have a president, an Akufo-Addo-like president, who will come and throw this away. We want to make it something institutionalized so that we can continue to have it, and it will be a key holder of government policies, so that one day we will not have someone like William Akufo-Addo who will throw these things away and throw them out. We need to hold people accountable for it. So we will have a system where currently Ghana, we import a lot. So there's a need for us to be a self-sufficient people. We grow our own foods, we eat our own foods to the extent that we can export. Now, someone made a comment that, have we done any feasibility studies to know that these things that we are championing to produce or manufacture, we need them in Ghana. If we don't need more rice to eat, we will not be importing rice. So the need is already established that we need all these things. And these are the things that government would empower some people. And I learned the last time, even Farm Milk, they made a request, or they mentioned that they could have produced more if they have skill sets and then they have any reduced tariff and all those things. So these tariffs and many other tax incentives that will come to these people would empower them to produce more. Imagine that we have about 2 million Ghanaian students taking Milo every morning. That would mean that we will need to produce about 2 million sachets of Milo every day. And that will also boost our economy. And this is something that it took 8 people and they didn't realize it. And President John Dramani Mahama says that, no, this is the game changer. 24-hour economy is the game changer. It is what is coming to grow Ghana, it's Ghana, and export Ghana. And the beautiful thing is that government, as the highest spender, would buy directly from the local market. He said that if we need something to buy, we'll look into the local market. If we are not able to get it, then we go outside for it. That is setting priorities right and making sure that we empower people. Now, see, if we need something to buy, if government wants to buy even books, and then you are a company in India or China and you want us to buy books from you, you need to come and establish that company in Ghana, employ Ghanaians to be working with you, then we can buy from you. That is being intentional about development. This is not like, of course, I will say again, this is not a 1D, 1F policy. It's not one village, one dam policy. This is a policy that is Ghana-centered. It is a policy that is making sure that Ghana gets elevated to be part of the key world players.
If you bring the last analogy you came up with, if you bring that up, then the question of where does the local producer fall in, someone who is dreaming of becoming a business, where do they fall in
so
this?
we have, you see, it is, we harmonize a lot of policies to achieve one goal. We have the Jumara project. We have the National Apprenticeship Project that President John Dramani Mahama has already commissioned, and things are falling in place. So this local, and you realize the Education Minister, Lawyer Haruna Ejusu, mentioned the last time that President said that we need to prioritize the local local sanitary pad producers. So I mean that we are making sure that we consume Ghana. If we are not able to consume whatever is there, or we don't get what we need in the local market, then we can go outside to look for it. You need someone to take pictures. You want to look in-house to see if someone can take pictures. If you don't get that person, then you can go outside to look for such a person to come in and fill in. But so at the end of the day, in your next recruitment, when you are recruiting people for MS24, you make sure that you have in-house people who can do something extra, so that you don't go out there and do that. That's why we have the Jumara project, we have the National Apprenticeship Program, and we have many, many key government intentional policies that will cushion the local market. That is why we are having a lot of the planting of palm nut trees and planting of coconut trees and many other things.
And everything.
Of course. Yes. And it's good. It is good that you are abreast with some of these policies that intends to boost the economy of Ghana. Yes. And it is nice.
My job requires
no, I'm just praising you for keeping in touch with the realities of the economy to make sure that the government gets the light of day. And rest assured, Mimi, trust me, this is not one of those 1G, 1F or one village, one down.
Gentlemen, thank you so much for coming. This has been a very, very great conversation this morning. Also note that GRA sets July 16th for implementation of postponed energy sector levy. What are the conversations around that? Let's do that on social media, okay? Let's do this topic on social media.
Give us 1 minute. Let's touch it.
Do we have 1 minute for them to touch? 1 minute, please. 1 minute.
You want
no,
5 seconds.
All right. wait. So the point is 1D, 1F was successful. We had
no. We are talking about that.
Right,
so you see, I am not the NDC and myself. We are not against taxes. We are praying. What we believe in as NDC is the fact that we need taxes.
All right, gentlemen. It turns out that my team does not want us to touch on this, but like I said, let's have the conversation on social media with regards to the 16th of July being the date set by GRA to implement the energy sector levy. Let's see how you feel about it. Do you think the government is going back on their words of removing taxes, nuisance taxes? Well, let's get talking on social media. It's MX24GH on all social media platforms. Gentlemen, thank you for coming. I'll see you again on Monday. Why are you looking at me like that? I'll come and meet you at the presidency.
About the devil's levy, but it's fine.
No, it's not the devil's levy.
Well,
even E-levy, we sustain E-levy.
Thank you.
Please, are you going to compare Doomsa levy to E-levy?
Yeah, no, what's that shit?
Hi, my name is Ruki. I'm a TV host and a self-styled chef. Cooking is my ultimate passion, and it's something I would say is my calling. Now, for those who cook a lot like me, there's one fact they'll always state. Ingredients decide how tasty your food is. And for me, the game-changing ingredients is water. Tap water at the moment is not the best option considering what's going on in the country. Also, such as water can taste weird and produce too much waste, so it's a no-no for me. My number one choice for cooking is Jibu water. Cooking with Jibu water enhances the flavor of your food. And it's not just that. Unlike other brands where you have to pour it from a heavy bottle, the 20-liter dispenser bottle comes with a tap that makes things so easy. So you see how simple it is with Jibu? Cooking with Jibu gives you big flavors and great taste without all the stress. Remember to cook with Jibu.
Jibu, transforming opportunity to thrive.
Welcome to Deluxe Experience Ghana, your trusted partner in creating unforgettable events. From breathtaking stage designs to dazzling lighting solutions, we bring your vision to life with precision and creativity. Our expert event planning and consultation services ensure every detail is taken care of so you can enjoy a stress-free experience. Capture every moment with our professional photography, videography, and live streaming services because every memory deserves to be cherished. Transform your event venues into a masterpiece with our exquisite interior lighting and permanent designs tailored to suit your style and theme. At Deluxe Experience Ghana, we don't just plan events, we create experiences. Let's make your next event extraordinary. Deluxe Experience Ghana. Think events, think Deluxe. Contact us today on 0267 83 7006 or 0545 03 8620 and 0545 03 7520. Deluxe Experience Ghana. Think events, think Deluxe.
Once upon a time, in the heart of Accra, a man in his fancy car sought directions. But oh, the Ghanaian way.
Hello, bro. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Can you please show me where the Presby Church is?
Oh, sure. Go straight. Turn left at the big mango tree with the broken branches with most of the mangoes falling. Right after that tree, there is a watcher cellar. If you reach, ask there. Anybody will show you.
Hey, play into one young one, sister. When the Black Stars take to the field, every Ghanaian becomes a coach. Why Fatika on to be dribble? The coach must go. The sacred cue for our beloved Gobe. As you wait patiently, rehearsing the perfect vibe.
Have you acted? Mami Gobe nubi. The cocono. One garino. But I said I be one.
These, my dear ones, are some few moments that makes our Ghana truly special.
And as we share these stories, let us also remember a plate of lily rice, connecting our hearts through the flavors of our culture. Lily rice, ye nimno free tete. This advert is FDA approved.
Your songbird Jackie, keep watching MX24.
Yo, what's up? It's your boy Last Minute. You watching MX24.
You know what it is upon our big shout out to MX24. Keep watching. It's upon our Malians.
Yo, what up? What's up? This is Big Quasi out there, and keep watching MX24. Keep it locked. Dee-da-dee.
Drinking my hand. I'm vibing, Uber waiting outside. I don't care, I'm still in my towel, dancing in my towel. Hey guys, it's me, your one and only Davi Diva, Black Star Barbie, Feli Nuna, and you're watching MX24. Don't go nowhere, cause Davi Diva Ejeleme says so. Mwah.
Okay, you're watching MX24 TV, and this your boy Perez Music. Ciao!
Hi guys, how you doing? This your boy SDK, and I'm here on MX24. It's fun. It's fearless. And it's factual.
What's up, everyone? My name is Adina Thembi, and you're watching MX24. We are fun, fearless, and factual. Get it right.
What's up? My name is Akwabwa, and you guys are watching MX24. Keep watching. I love you.
They say the portion they gave me was unknown. What I will become was never ever told. Now you're watching the beast in me unfold. I'm immortal. Dracula untold. What's up, people? This is your rap goddess, Eno Baroni, and you watching MX24. Keep watching it. One tear say, dead.
but I want you to hear from her. We're just talking about her image, her personality, and everything around the brand Patience Ekpe. Yes, Anan Ekpe. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well.
I was asking her earlier that in a day and age where you have to be aesthetically pleasing for the social medias, for the whatever media you want to talk about, for the people, for the stage, to choose to stay modest in your look, it's very commendable. I don't see how many bold women can actually do this. So I'm saying how many bold because I believe every woman is bold, but they have areas they're bold in. So I commend you for your look. Again, I'm so impressed because we already had the conversation, but we'll come back to it again so that my audience can hear from you.
Right.
I asked you about your outfit. Initially, I asked if you had a Muslim background, if you're a Muslim or Christian, and your answer was,
no,
you're not.
I'm not.
You dress like them, and your answer was the fact that you believe that we're all the same. We serve the same God.
Yes.
So whether they are wearing hijab to church or wearing hijab to the mosque, it's the same thing.
It's the same thing.
God respects that.
Yes.
And you've stayed this look, and you present this as your brand.
Yes.
Tell us how you came about this look. That's what we didn't discuss it. How you decided that, listen, this is what I want to do.
Okay, thank you very much. First of all, I thank God for this great opportunity you've given me. Yes, the platform is really huge.
Thank you.
And thank your viewers also.
Thank you.
May the Lord bless you. May all the glory be unto God. Please, with this outfit, I would say when in this life, it will get to a point in your life you have to make decisions. Because no one is going to stay here forever. We will definitely go one day. So actually, I fellowship with Believers Worship Center.
Okay.
And then, as I say, it came to a point in my life I decided, no, I have to make up my mind. If I am worshiping God, it is God. If I'm not going to church, I'm not going to church. I'll stay at home. So if I'm saying I'm worshiping God, I have to abide by the rules that the Bible says I should, in my own understanding, and then the doctrine of the church. So I decided to wear something modest, which the Bible states that every woman should do. Right? So when I'm looking at the musicians, the gospel musicians going up, you see the dressing, everybody and it's all a choice. I don't go against that. But I believe Muslim and Christians, we worship the same God. So when you see me dressing like this and then singing to God and not to Allah, you shouldn't have any different concepts that, hey, nothing, you know. But then you should know that, no, she's trying to say we can all worship the same God as she is doing, either Christian or Muslim. So actually, I brought this up for everybody to know that we still worship one God. Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with being modest in this day and age.
No, no, at all.
And I love the fact that, and I'm going to be shady here, unlike some people who in the past condemned the look, you know, the makeups, the hair, and all of that. They condemned it, but now they're part of it. So I told you I'm going to be shady. So I'm glad that you do not have any problem with it. No. You're just saying that per your understanding.
Yes.
Because you know the walk with God is an individual journey. And so the way you understand the Bible, you want to walk the way the Bible has asked that you do. So
yes, that's all.
We commend you.
That's all.
This is a bold one. I wish you
you.
the very best. Okay. Again, the other bit is that you don't have to worry about front time makeup. It's expensive.
Is it now? It's true. It's a fact.
I mean, now let's talk about your music journey.
Okay.
Because of your brand and the way you present yourself, did you ever have to deal with stereotypes in the industry where people are pushing you away or not accepting you because of the way you present yourself? Did you ever have to deal with that?
No, I haven't dealt with anything like that. So far, I'm now coming up. Yeah, so, but so far, nothing like that has popped up. Yes, nothing like that. Everyone sees me and accepts me as I am.
I love that. Oh, that's some positive energy right there. What projects have you worked on so far that Ghanaians probably don't know that you're the one that did it, but that's your project?
So far, I would say I've come up with 15 singles.
Ooh.
Yes, and last year, the one you just played, Still the Same God, I released that one with a new one now, is Grace Upon Grace.
Okay.
Yes, and it has been going on smoothly. I have done that with the videos, they are all out. So gradually, and then I would say about 2 years ago, I did a small concept with Adonai Yahushua.
Okay.
That's one of the titles of my songs.
Yes, sir.
And then last year, I did another concert. That is what you saw over there.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so it has been moving on
very
nicely,
well.
Yes.
Do you prescribe outfits to your concerts? Because I also saw the concert we just played, and most of the women there were covered, you know, up probably. Do you recommend?
I don't. I don't at all. But then most of them are from my church.
Your church.
And what we cover our hair. We're going to pray, you cover your hair. That's all.
Yeah.
When you're going to your work and any stuff, as I'm here, I can decide to take it out.
Yes.
But I decided to
bring
just...
it,
So it wasn't like code or dressing to the program, but they decided to do that. So that is, yes.
Yeah, oh, okay. I love that. One of these concerts, you should actually invite me to come.
Oh, definitely.
Because I love covering my hair. It's just that the hairs that we have now, we don't like to cover them.
Really?
Now let's talk about some of the projects that we should. The new one is called Grace Upon Grace.
Yes.
How did you come about that song? Let's talk about that.
Grace Upon Grace. All right. With that song, I looked at my life and then other testimonies from other people, and I brought it together because I noticed that in this life, we are living in grace. But then there is a special grace. Why do I say there is a special grace? The thing is, someone may be married, but cannot conceive. Someone may be working all right, but then things are not moving on well. It got to a part of my life when I get my pay at the end of the month. Even the first week.
The money is finished.
It's finished.
Sheesh.
So with this one, you ask yourself, if not the grace of God, I will be borrowing, and going in for loans and all stuff. But then, when the special grace comes, you'll come out of it. When that special grace comes, you'll be able to give birth. You get what you want. So I gathered those things through illness, sicknesses that is leading to death. And I brought them up. I have to let someone out there know that God is still there and He's having a special grace. And that special grace is for you going to your knees and begging God that He should forgive you and accept you and give you a second chance. So through these testimonies, I brought up this song, Grace Upon Grace.
Yes, we live by grace, and this is what this song is all about. Where can we find this song?
It's on all social media, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, P Ministry. I use my initials, PEA Ministry. You go to the digital platforms like the Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, and all that. You type Patience Ekpe. It's just simple. Type Patience Ekpe. Yes, you
all
get
the songs of
all my
the
songs. Yes, you get it there.
I'm actually very glad that we can actually find these songs on all these platforms. It's very important for us to support our own. You do have a social media page for yourself or the ministry.
Yes, that is P Ministry.
P Ministry.
Yes.
The P Ministry on all social media platforms.
No.
P Ministry on all social media platforms. Guys, let's go and support Patience Ekpe on this new one, Grace Upon Grace. I think we all can attest to it that we're all here by grace. A couple of days ago, I think the nation celebrated Thanksgiving and prayer and Thanksgiving Day for Ghana. And the purpose for that was that they wanted to thank God or we wanted, not the, I'm Ghanaian too, we wanted to thank God for how far He has brought us, that all the wars around us, none has entered into this country. All the problems we're dealing with, even as a country, we still haven't gone down without food a day. And so we are grateful. And so this is also grace as a Ghanaian. You've seen the economy go up and down, but you're okay, but you still feed, but you still wear nice clothes, and it's all because of the grace of God. So that I'm advocating for this song. Go and listen to it and breathe, live the song, because we all know that we're all living by grace. She gave an example that most of us can relate to. When the salary lands, you know that the money is finished. 1 week is finished. 3 weeks now, how are you surviving? It's all by the grace of God. Do you have a contact we can, call, a number we can call if we want to book you for a session? And then before we even get into that, are we looking forward to some collaborations soon? Are you looking to collaborating with any of the gospel artists soon?
Yes, I that is one of my wishes.
Okay.
Yes, I'm looking forward to that.
Who are we looking at? Maybe the person who's watching this one will be like, okay, I've also been looking forward to. What are we looking at? Anyone in mind yet?
Outside of Ghana.
Both, anywhere, in Nigeria, America, UK, anywhere.
With my line of singing, let me start from here.
Okay.
Ghana.
Okay.
My line of singing will be Diana Hamilton or Joe Metal. Yes.
If you didn't mention Joe Metal, brother, I would have been shocked. I told you that. Let's do a Joe Metal moment, okay? Where every gospel artist we've asked who they want to, both new and old, want to at least do a collaboration with Joe Metal.
Oh, yes.
So we can celebrate him on his birthday again next year. Before we get into that, I forgot this. I think yesterday was his birthday. Yesterday or the day before yesterday was his birthday. Happy birthday to you, Joe Metal, from us here at MX24. We really celebrate you, appreciate you for showing up for us every single time. We love you so much. Happy birthday. And so our birthday gift you give to us is a collaboration with Patience Ekpe. Maybe I agree. So Joe Metal or Dana Hamilton.
Yeah.
I think that's great.
Sissy
Winers is the next one, international one. In Jesus' name.
Amen. Amen.
Oh, that's good. That's good. I see what you're doing. The plan is to advocate for the things of God the way it's supposed to be done. And so I'm the one throwing the shade, not her. I'm the one doing it. But Patience, thank you so much. This has been really good. This has been really good.
Thank you.
I pray that our new project does as great as the previous ones have done. So Grace Upon Grace is out. Just go on all digital platforms, search Patience Ekpe, and you will get the songs, both old and new projects, but Grace Upon Grace is what you're looking for. Let's go make this one also very great. Please, you want to share with us a number? We can call you on.
020 708 7743.
Okay. You want to take that again?
Yeah. 020 708 7743.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Madam Patience Ekpe.
Thank you for having me
this morning. It has been a great conversation. Now to you out there, thank you so much for always joining me here on the show. It's the AM Club on MX24. My name is Miriam Uduak Mensah. Do join us on all social media platforms. It's MX24GH. All social media platforms, especially our YouTube and WhatsApp channels, are on fire. Please join us on WhatsApp. We are sharing exclusive content you do not want to miss out on. Also, make sure to join us every single day of the week, Monday to Friday. It's 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. right here on MX24. My name, again, is Miriam Uduak Mensah. See you again tomorrow.
From what you've done for me, I'm so grateful.